All right, so the next one here, the U.S. hints it could restart Yemen bombing campaign. So this is not good. The U.S. State Department suggested in a statement on Tuesday that the U.S. could restart its bombing campaign in Yemen after the Houthis, officially known as Ansar Allah, attacked 2 commercial ships in the Red Sea. Operations, the Houthis say, will stop if there's an end to Israel's genocidal war and siege on Gaza. State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce said, quote, "These attacks demonstrate the ongoing threat that Iran-backed Houthi rebels pose to freedom of navigation and to regional, economic, and maritime security. The United States has been clear. We will continue to take necessary action to protect freedom of navigation and commercial shipping from Houthi terrorist attacks, which must be condemned by all members of the international community," end quote. See this picture here? This is a photo of the Magic Seas, a cargo ship that the Houthis sank, and they released the video and pictures of it. And on Wednesday, they took credit for the Monday attack on the Eternity Sea, a Greek-owned cargo ship, which reportedly killed 4 crew members. And Houthi military spokesman Yahya Saree said that the ship was en route to the Israeli port of Eilat. He said, quote, "The attack was carried out with an unmanned boat and 6 cruise and ballistic missiles. The operation resulted in the complete sinking of the ship, and the operation was documented with audio and video," end quote. So they're not messing around here, because I know for a while in like 2024, they'd fire like 1 missile or a drone at a ship kind of to intimidate them. But in both cases here, they lit up these ships with the goal of sinking them. And in this case, they killed crew members. And according to The Guardian, 7 crew members of the Eternity Sea have been rescued. 4 were confirmed killed and 14 are missing. Saree said that Yemeni forces rescued a number of the ship's crew, suggesting that some of them who are missing could have been taken into Yemen. And the Houthis previously released photos and videos of the sinking of the Magic Seas, as I mentioned. So again, this is the first Houthi attacks on commercial shipping this year. They stopped in January when the Gaza ceasefire was reached. In March, they said that they announced that they were reimposing their blockade on Israeli shipping in response to Israel imposing a total blockade on Gaza, which was a violation of the ceasefire deal. It was in response to that announcement that the U.S. began bombing Yemen. It was actually before there was any attacks against Israel or against any ships. And then when the U.S. started bombing them, the Houthis started targeting U.S. warships. They downed a bunch of MQ-9 Reaper drones, and they also started targeting Israel with missiles despite a very heavy U.S. bombing campaign. And it was a brutal campaign that killed more than 250 civilians, which is a huge number in a month and a half. There were 2 major massacres: the bombing of the Ras Issa fuel port that killed 84 civilian workers, and the bombing of a migrant detention facility that killed about 60 African migrants. So horrific crimes committed by the U.S. government in this bombing campaign, and it didn't achieve anything. The Houthis didn't stop. Trump framed his ceasefire as a victory, but essentially he gave up on trying to get them to stop targeting Israel. So this would be a foolish bombing campaign to restart. Also, they did reach a ceasefire with the Houthis, and the deal was that they would not attack American shipping. So technically, targeting these cargo ships is not a violation of that deal. And then the other thing is that there's one thing that would stop this, that we know that would stop it, and that is a ceasefire in Gaza. So that's the solution here, very clearly. And so if we see them start bombing Yemen again, it's a very, very bad sign.